Hello, dear students. Hope you all are doing fine and regularly completing your assignments and all. As we are discussing chapter 1, some basic concepts in chemistry, and we have done with the various types of physical quantities and their units as well as their conversions and how the measurements can be reported in various significant figures. Now, after this, their next topic is laws of chemical combination and Dalton's atomic theory. Actually, during 17th 18th century, various scientists were studying on on this matter, that how various substances combine to form a new substance, and during their studies they made certain generalizations, and these were called as laws of chemical combination. There are 5 laws of chemical combination, and let us discuss them one by one. First is the law of conservation of mass, and given by Lavoisier in 1789. As the name suggests, this is law states that mass remains conserved in a physical or a chemical change. Means matter can neither be created nor be destroyed in any physical or chemical change. मीन्स किसी भी एक फिजिकल या केमिकल चेंज में मैटर हमेशा कंजर्व्ड रहेगा. टोटल मास रिएक्टेंट्स का टोटल मास ऑफ प्रोडक्ट के इक्वल होता है. मीन्स मैटर ना नया बनेगा ना डिस्ट्रॉय होगा. जितना आपने स्टार्टिंग में मैटर लिया है उतना ही मैटर रहेगा आफ्टर दैट चेंज. एंड दिस लॉ वाज फर्दर verified by Landolt experiment. As you can see, this is called Landolt's tube, H-shaped tube hai, having two separate containers, and one having sodium chloride aqueous solution, and the second part silver nitrate aqueous solution is present, and he filled both of these solutions in separate that containers, and then weigh the mass of these substances before reaction, and after that he actually mixed both of these solutions to reaction to take place, and a white precipitate of silver chloride was obtained. That shows that reaction is taking place. And now after reaction he again measured the weight of the substances in that tube, and it was same before and after the reaction. So in this way it was proved by him. But actually the law was further limited for nuclear reactions, because as you all know that in nuclear reactions various radiations are produced, energy is produced. According to Einstein's equation, E is equal to mc square, mass is actually converted into energy in such reactions. So for nuclear reactions this law is modified into law of conservation of mass and energy. Means certain mass gets converted into energy in nuclear reactions. Second law is the law of definite proportions, or this is also called law of constant composition. This law was given by Joseph Proust, and it states that a pure chemical compound always contains same elements combined together in a fixed proportion by mass. मतलब कोई भी एक केमिकल कंपाउंड जो होता है उसमें जो एलिमेंट्स होते हैं वो एलिमेंट्स हमेशा एक फिक्स्ड प्रोपोर्शन, मास के फिक्स प्रोपोर्शन में प्रेजेंट होंगे, और वो सेम एलिमेंट ही होंगे चाहे आप उस कंपाउंड का सैंपल पूरे यूनिवर्स में कहीं से भी चेक करो. यू विल फाइंड द कॉम्पोजिशन and the mass proportion same in a particular compound. So this can be verified by taking any example of any compound. For in this example you can see that carbon dioxide gas, it can be prepared by variety of methods like using calcium carbonate decomposition, or burning carbon in oxygen, or by treating carbonate salts with acid, or by heating any bicarbonate salt. In all of these examples carbon dioxide is produced, and when this is analyzed you can say that carbon dioxide is always formed by one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen, and in a ratio 12 12:32. And if you simplify this ratio, it will be 3:8. You know how this ratio is to be calculated? By taking atomic masses. Atomic mass of carbon 12, 1 atom of carbon 12, 2 atoms of oxygen 32 gram. So ratio of masses is 12/32. So this law can be verified by taking example of any compound. But this is again have a limitation, because when after the discovery of isotopes, when certain compounds were formed by using different isotopes, obviously isotopes have different masses, so the law remains unsatisfied when certain isotopes are present and those isotopes form a particular compound. Next is law of multiple proportions. This law was given by John Dalton in 1803, and it states that if two elements combine to form more than one compound, the masses of one element that combine with a fixed mass of other element are in a small whole number ratio. Means that जब दो एलिमेंट्स डिफरेंट टाइप्स के कंपाउंड्स बनाते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू कैन से simple carbon and oxygen, they can combine in two different ways to form their oxide: carbon monoxide, in which one atom of carbon and one atom of oxygen combines, and carbon dioxide, that is CO2. And if you find out the ratio of carbon and oxygen in both of these compounds, you can see that in CO it is 12/16 and in CO2 it is 12/32. And if you fix the mass of carbon according to the definition में क्या कह रहा है कि एक एलिमेंट को फिक्स करके दूसरे एलिमेंट के मासेस का अगर हम रेशियो निकालें, तो यहाँ पर ऑटोमेटिकली यू कैन सी कार्बन दोनों जगह पे फिक्स मास है 12, ऑक्सीजन का मास वेरी कर रहा है, तो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द मास रेशियो ऑफ ऑक्सीजन that combines with 12 gram of carbon. So this ratio is 16/32. ठीक है, and this is on simplification it is 1/2. तो this law gets verified here कि जब दो एलिमेंट्स कंबाइन होते हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप के कंपाउंड्स बनाते हैं, तो एक एलिमेंट के मासेस का रेशो जो दूसरे एलिमेंट के फिक्स्ड मास के साथ कंबाइन हो रहे हैं, वो रेशो हमेशा एक स्मॉल whole number ratio होता है. It's very simple and whole number ratio it should be. Let us verify this law by one more example. Now we are using this example of various oxides of nitrogen. Nitrogen can form 5 different types of oxides in nature. One is nitric oxide NO, next is nitrogen dioxide NO2, third one is N2O, that is nitrous oxide, fourth is N2O3, nitrogen trioxide, fifth is dinitrogen pentoxide. So these 5 oxides are formed by different combinations of two similar elements, that is nitrogen and oxygen. Let us see the mass ratio of nitrogen and oxygen in these compounds. First one 14/16, as the mass of nitrogen is 14 and oxygen 16. So both of these are present in just one ratio. तो NO के लिए masses ratio आ गया 14/16. For NO2, 2 oxygen atoms 32, 1 nitrogen atom 14, N2O 2 nitrogen atom 14/2 28, and oxygen 1 atom 16. For N2O3 it would be 28 for 2 nitrogen atoms, 48 for 3 oxygen atoms. And last N2O5, it is 2 nitrogen atom 28 gram and oxygen 5 80. So now if we, according to the definition, what we need to do, we need to fix the mass of any of these two atoms. तो let us fix the mass of nitrogen at 14. हम नाइट्रोजन के मास को 14 फिक्स करके इस सारे रेशियो को कन्वर्ट कर लेते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जांपल हियर वी कैन हैव दिस रेशियो 14/16, 14/32, 14/8, 14/24, 14/40. नाउ अब नाइट्रोजन का रेशियो फिक्स कर दिया आपने, नाइट्रोजन का मास. अब आप उस फिक्स मास के साथ ऑक्सीजन के जितने भी एटम्स कंबाइन हो रहे हैं उनका मास रेशियो निकालना है. तो दैट वुड बी 2 by 4 by 1 by 3 by 5. You can say 1 2 3 4 5 का एक सिंपल होल नंबर रेशो में नाइट्रोजन कंबाइन हुआ है ऑक्सीजन कंबाइन हो रहा है एक फिक्स्ड रेशो ऑफ सिंपल होल नंबर रेशो में नाइट्रोजन के फिक्स्ड मास के साथ. And this ratio is very simple whole number ratio 1 2 3 4 5 you can say. So this is way we can prove this law of multiple proportion. You can prove this law by using any compound. For example, water, hydrogen and oxygen form two different compounds, H2O and H2O2. You can also take that example. The fourth law of chemical combination is law of reciprocal proportions. It was given by Richter in 1792. And according to this law, when two different elements combine separately with a fixed mass of third element, the ratio of those two elements' masses are either same or simple multiple of the ratio in which they combine with each other. Means two different elements. For example, here in this triangle you can say if we take two different elements, oxygen and sulfur, they combine separately with a fixed mass of hydrogen. In this example, suppose hydrogen, you can see that hydrogen with oxygen it forms H2O and with sulfur it is forming H2S. और दोनों में ही हाइड्रोजन का मास सेम है, that is 2 gram because 2 atoms of hydrogen are there. So when these two different elements O and S they are combining with H to form two different compounds, तो उसमें जो उनका मास रेशो आ रहा है वो मास रेशो उस मास रेशो के या तो इक्वल होगा या उसका कोई सिंपल मल्टीपल होगा जिस रेशो में वो दोनों एलिमेंट्स आपस में कंबाइन कर रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, ऑक्सीजन एंड सल्फर हाइड्रोजन के साथ जब कंबाइन करते हैं तो उनका मास रेशो 16/32 आ रहा है एज वी हैव डन हियर. एंड दिस इज सिंप्लीफाई करके हम निकालें तो 1:2 है. और जब ये दोनों एलिमेंट ऑक्सीजन एंड सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड बनाते हैं तो उस टाइम पे उनका जो मास रेशो है दैट इज 32:32, दैट इज 1/1. एज यू कैन कंपेयर बोथ ऑफ दीज रेशियोज 1/1 एंड 1/2. या तो सेम होना चाहिए या एक सिंपल मल्टीपल होना चाहिए. तो 1/1 एंड 1/2. 1/2 इज द सिंपल मल्टीपल ऑफ दिस 1/1 रेशियो. तो नेक्स्ट वी कैन से दैट in this way we can prove this law by taking example of 3 compounds in which one atom must be common. Next, fifth law is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volume. It was the first law which was based on volume. Actually, you have seen that all those 4 laws which we have discussed now, they were based on mass ratios of various elements. But this was the first law which was studied for gaseous volume. And in this you will see that gases always react in a fixed ratio of their volume. So it states that when gases combine or produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume provided all gases are at same temperature and pressure. Means gases अगर किसी chemical reaction में combine होती हैं और produce होती हैं तो वो एक simple ratio में combine होती हैं या produce भी होंगी. तो मतलब पूरा जो gases का volume ratio होगा that would be a simple whole number ratio. कंडीशन क्या है, सभी गैसेस एक ही टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर पे होनी चाहिए. दिस वी कैन वेरीफाई बाय टेकिंग दिस एग्जांपल. हाइड्रोजन गैस एंड ऑक्सीजन गैस कंबाइन टुगेदर, और यू कैन से व्हेन हाइड्रोजन गैस इज बर्न्ड इन ऑक्सीजन वाटर वेपर इज फॉर्म. तो दिस गैस रिएक्शन इन्वॉल्व्स ऑल गैसेस हियर as reactant as well as product. And as you know that water is made up of actually 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen, but actually at that time it was not known, and he verified this law by taking volumes. Suppose 100 milliliter, he actually studied this, that 2 volumes of hydrogen combines with 1 volume of oxygen to form 2 volumes of water vapor. That means the ratio of gases which are combining to form water is 2/1. So in this way, he verified this law by taking various examples in which gaseous substances are involved, and this was verified by all substances, for all substances. Next is, after completing this laws of chemical combination, in those days Avogadro was actually working about the terms molecules, atoms and all. Actually, Dalton was the first one who used the describe the term atom for the smallest particle of any substance, and Avogadro was the first one who described molecule as the particle which exists in और इंडिपेंडेंट एग्जिस्टेंस के लिए जो मॉलिक्यूल जो पार्टिकल रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, दैट इज मॉलिक्यूल. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू हिज लॉ, equal volumes of gases at the same temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. So this law defines that गैसेस में अगर सेम टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर की हम बात कर रहे हैं तो उस टाइम पे अगर गैसेस का वॉल्यूम सेम है तो उनमें सेम नंबर ऑफ molecules भी होंगे. Suppose in last example we discussed there's 2 volume of hydrogen combined with 1 volume of oxygen to form 2 volumes of water. तो ये पार्ट तो Gay-Lussac's law से कंफर्म हो जाता है कि they combine in a fixed volume 2/1/2. एंड अब एवोगैड्रो ने इसमें क्या जो आगे मॉडिफिकेशन किया था, मतलब उसने अपना जो हाइपोथेसिस दिया था पहले, उसके अकॉर्डिंग 2 volumes of hydrogen will have 2n molecules. n यहाँ पे may be any number. 2n molecules hydrogen gas will be having. Oxygen, because volume ratio 2/1 का है तो obviously molecules का ratio भी 2/1 होगा, तो oxygen gas will have n molecules, and water as it is forming in 2 volume, so that will also have 2n molecules. And on simplifying it, we'll get 2 molecules of hydrogen combined with 1 molecule of oxygen to form 2 molecules of water. So this law was actually very important because it was applied later to determine atomicity of molecules. This was for the first time that scientists came to know that molecules की atomicity क्या है, कि कितने atom से मिलकर के वो बने हैं. And it was also applied to determine mass and volume of a gas. क्या relation है mass और volume में एक gas के, that will discuss later in mole concept. And it was also applied to find relation between molecular mass and vapor density of a gas, and according to which we can say that molecular mass of any gas is equal to 2 multiplied by vapor density of any gas. So next is Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton was the first one who described that matter is made up of very small particles called atoms. Actually, atoms term was first given by philosophers Democritus, and which means that uncuttable. And this was in 1808 that Dalton used this term to describe his theory, that every type of matter is made up of particles, small particles called atoms. Second one, atoms are indivisible. आप further atom को divide नहीं कर सकते हो, and they cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Third one, atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Means सारे atoms एक particular element के same होते हैं all respect में. Fourth one, atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. different elements के जो atoms होंगे वो सब different होंगे all respect में. Next, fifth, atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. Whenever atom combine to form a compound, तो हमेशा उनका जो ratio होगा that will be a whole number, small simple ratio. And the last one, the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. So you can see that all these postulates of Dalton's atomic theory can derive that laws of chemical combination which were based on masses, but the law which was based on gaseous volume was actually he could not derive that law by using his atomic theory. And later on, after the discovery of neutrons, electrons, protons by various scientists, it was atom was not considered as indivisible now, because we know that atoms are made up of various subatomic particles. After the discovery of isotopes and isobars, the third and fourth postulates also became wrong. So these were the limitations of Dalton's atomic theory, which led to the modification of this atomic theory, and which is now called as modern atomic theory. So according to this theory, atom is no longer considered to be indivisible and contains subatomic particles. Next, atoms of same element may not be similar in all respect, like isotopes have different masses. Third one, atoms of different elements may not be different in all respect, like in isobars. Isobars are the atoms of different elements, but they have similar masses. Fourth one, the ratio in which different atoms combine. अब डाल्टन ने कहा था कि ये रेशियो जो होता है वो फिक्स्ड होता है और एक सिंपल रेशियो होता है, बट दिस रेशियो इज नॉट ऑलवेज सिंपल. एज यू कैन सी द फॉर्मूला ऑफ शुगर C12H22O11, द रेशियो इन विच एटम्स आर कंबाइनिंग इज 12/22/11. इट्स अ सिंपल रेशियो इज फिक्स्ड एंड इंटीग्रल, मतलब शुगर में ये फिक्स रहेगा, बट ये एक सिंपल रेशियो नहीं है. एंड द लास्ट वन, एटम्स ऑफ वन एलिमेंट can be changed into atoms of other elements. जो उसने कहा था कि एटम ना हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं ना हम डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं, बट दैट इज ट्रू फॉर केमिकल रिएक्शन, बट इन न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस न्यू एटम्स कैन बी क्रिएटेड एंड destroyed. So hope the things are clear to you. Have a good day. Thank you.